So it's election time. Yeah, election time, right? And all these political ads are out talking about how the candidates are going to put God back into the White House and yada yada. But just let's stop right there. Because you and I both were in grade school, and we know that this country was actually founded on religious freedom. So, and not only that, but the Constitution directly states that no religious test shall be required for a man to hold public office. That is Article 6, Section 3. Furthermore, there's an amendment to the Constitution that says that religious background should not be considered when voting in someone for public office. So, and that's not even the whole of the Constitution's anti-religious rhetoric. So to say that you're going to bring God back into country is absolutely insane, and to me says that you are not educated enough to run the country for me. It's that simple. God and country have never been synonymous with one another. In fact, our founding fathers were fervently against religion in government activity, period. Separation of church and state means just that. The separation of your belief in magical deities from moral law. It really doesn't get simpler than that. Not only do non-believers have to deal with this during the election season, we have to deal with it all the time. I'm not saying that I'm not a privileged white woman, because I am a privileged white woman. Let's just, obviously, I'm a middle-class citizen. I have a good job. I have an education that I worked hard for. And I had the money to get that education. Have I scraped? I've scraped. But I never had to wonder where my next meal was coming from. So there's that. However, when Christians are asked about atheists, the general consensus is that rapists and murderers are more trustworthy than we are, when the atheist prison population is only 0.7%. That's 0.7%. And the Christian population in prisons is 52.7%. So over half the population is of Christian faith. This includes child molesters, rapists, arsonists, drug dealers, murderers, and the like. But less than 1% of that same population are atheists. I mean, if you're going to go with logic here, I'm going to say that the atheists are a little bit more trustworthy. Another thing we are deemed is ignorant. Weird, because we make up 85% of the scientific community, myself included. So there's that. 85%. 15% other religions. And this doesn't just include Christianity. This includes Buddhists, who are a non-theistic followers of a religion. Buddhists are essentially following a philosophy. So in a sense, Buddhists are atheist. A lot of people, when they think of Buddhists, actually are thinking of Taoism or Hinduism or whatever. But Buddhists, although they have idols of the Buddha, there are many Buddhas, and they believe that each one of us has the potential to be a Buddha. So basically they believe in man as God, themselves as sort of a deity. They do not believe in an omniscient, all-knowing creator. So it's just a philosophy. There are plenty of Buddhist works out there for you to read this on. And in fact, Jews are more likely to make up the scientific community than Christians are. I know that's going to hurt some feelings, but that's true. As a profession or career or job choice, Jewish people are more likely to pursue a scientific career that involves following the scientific method than Christians are. Although it does conflict with both religions. I'm not saying that science does not conflict with both religions, because it does. But the point I want to get across here is that there is a lot of Christian thought that deem us, whether we be atheist, whether we still identify as agnostic, or whether we identify as evolutionists, secular humanist, whatever it may be, for some reason, we are less trustworthy in this country than murderers and rapists. Whoa. Furthermore, I have never felt a desire to knowingly hurt someone because of my faith, because I have none. None. I don't believe there's some divine purpose for my life, and that doesn't make me an evil or wicked person. I derive my morals from the same place you derive your morals. Whether you want to believe it's your biblical text or not, you're wrong. Morals are derived from human instinct. We instinctively know that it is not okay to kill people. We instinctively know that it's not okay to rape women or to sodomize young boys. We know that it's wrong to steal. We know instinctively that if we did these things on a regular basis, if more people did these things than didn't do these things, that we as a human race would essentially cease to exist. And that's common sense. It's instinctive. It has nothing to do with belief in a higher power. Nothing whatsoever. I'm faced with the question on a regular basis, how? How do you go through life having nothing to believe in? The answer is really quite simple. Ready for it? I don't need anything to believe in. I believe in myself. I believe in the power of scientific thought. I believe we are all star stuff, right? Because we are. We are. And that in and of itself is magnificent. More magnificent than any religion I've ever come across. To think that we started as one cell, one atom, then another, and another, and another, from the great cosmos is more than enough for me. It really is a beautiful way to live your life, right? I don't have to pray for success. None of you do. Not that I'm trying to spread atheism, because it doesn't need spreading. It doesn't. You are an atheist, right? Essentially, you are. You believe in one God. One. There are thousands of gods, just that start with the letter A, right? Takes a long way to get to J, Yahweh, J. Why, whichever way you spell it, however your interpretation goes. Anyway, there's so you discredit all other gods and deem that if I don't believe in your God, I'm evil. Because I'm an atheist. I don't have any faith in anything. So I'm evil. And I often also am told that people feel sorry for my daughter. Why? She's not being indoctrinated. She's not being bombarded by stories of hellfire. She doesn't have to deal with these things. And when she is old enough to understand these flawed ideologies, she can certainly choose for herself. We do not speak about religion in this house. We just don't talk about it. And she's a good kid. She is a truly selfless human being. I mean, I'm awe-inspired by her. You know, she wants to be friends with everyone. And she wants to help. And she's just this loving little creature that has no idea of Christian thought or any other religious thought for that matter. She just is. How does that make me bad? Because I let my daughter make up her own mind about what she believes? I'm wrong? Now, to conclude, such a thing is absolutely ridiculous. If your God is the right way, the right path, and any moron could see it, when my daughter is old enough to sort out these ideologies, just in the Christian realm, there are so many, but once she gets to the age where she's able to reason through these ideologies and sort them out, if she so chooses, she can believe in whatever she believes in. And me, not having any belief and not caring if you have any belief, I will support my daughter in that decision. So why are we evil? Hell, I don't even drink on the weekends. Maybe I had like 3 sips of wine last night while playing Mahjong on my tablet, but pretty sure that's the first time I drank in like 3 months. Literally. Oh, I take that back. On the 18th, I drank at a Halloween party, but I had like a beer and a half and I was over it. So there's that. So I'm not a drunk, right? I don't go driving my car, accidentally murdering people because I'm drunk, because, yeah, I don't do that. And I'm a lightweight anyway, so I wouldn't be able to drive after like 1. Anyway, I don't do drugs. I'm not a drug dealer. I'm not a prostitute. Oh, another thing. I'm an atheist, and I also think porn is bad. Like, I think porn is not a good thing. So there's one thing we have in common. You know, I also think it's bad to kill people. But unlike your Bible, I believe owning slaves, I believe that's bad. I also believe that hating homosexuals is bad. I also believe that women are more than second-class citizens and should be in control of their own bodies. I don't know how any of this philosophy that I have is evil. I simply believe in scientific method and evolution instead of a deity with no tangible evidence for its existence. If these things make me evil, then I embrace it.